Good morning, welcome to Catex TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Monday, December 8th, 2014. If you want to follow us on Twitter, go to Catex TV. Yesterday, it was the anniversary of the Japanese surprise attack on Pearl Harbor 73 years ago from yesterday, bringing the United States essentially into World War II. A dwindling number of Pearl Harbor survivors were present at a solemn ceremony at the National Memorial of the USS Arizona. Meanwhile, further west, out toward the Philippines, Typhoon Hagupit has in fact weakened to a tropical storm. It's going to take a direct hit today on Manila, but it's significantly been downgraded. It's got winds of about 65 miles per hour. About 27 people have been killed already as a result of the storm. It made landfall as a Category 3 typhoon on Saturday night, and Samar Island, and churned across there and began to have its effects felt in Leyte Island and southern Luzon. The Philippine authorities are being praised by a number of international relief agencies for having learned lessons from Typhoon Haiyan, which left more than 7,000 dead or missing. This time the authorities quickly did evacuate people who were in the way of the hurricane. As I said, right now it is taking aim at Manila. Most of Manila is shut down, schools are closed, the stock market is closed, and the military is on high alert. There's a huge fire in Los Angeles right now at an apartment complex under construction near Dodger Stadium. It went up in flames beginning at about 1 a.m. local time this morning, about 4 a.m. Eastern time. It shut down two major highways near the intersection. NBC Los Angeles is reporting that firefighters are actually standing on the state highway, the 110, to try to douse the fire. No one was believed to be on the site. If you look at the pictures on the internet, it's really quite a striking, massive conflagration that you can see in comparison to the office buildings downtown. Arthur J. Gallagher has entered the Chinese market after signing a joint venture agreement with Jiang insurance brokers. The agreement is going to see Gallagher take a 24.9% share of ownership in a new Shanghai-based operation. It's going to be a reinsurance broker. It's expected to launch in the first half of 2015, and it's going to be, according to Arthur J. Gallagher, it's the first joint venture of its type launched in the Chinese Shanghai pilot-free trade zone. This is the second such venture for Gallagher. They own a stake reported to be at about 24.9% in Graham Chilton's Capsicum Re, based in London. Platinum CEO Michael Price could earn in excess of $27 million upon his exit from Platinum if the Renaissance Re deal successfully closes. Last month, RenRe's CEO Kevin O'Donnell confirmed that Price is going to leave the business if the acquisition closes. According to Platinum's proxy and the Securities and Exchange Commission filing dated on March 21st, Price would have been in line for a golden parachute of $16.5 million in the event of a change of control. The executive would get a further $11.2 million under the terms of the deal if he opted for RenRe's all-cash offer for his current stake in Platinum, which stood at about 0.6%. This would include a severance payment, in this case equal to about $4.6 million. We hate to report on these deals, but they are news. Ukraine's gas transport monopoly, Ukraine Transgas, said earlier today that Russia is going to resume supplies of natural gas on December 11th, later this week, after a 6-month gap due to a dispute over prices and unpaid debts. Ukraine transferred $378 million to Russia's Gazprom on Friday to buy 1 billion cubic meters of Russian gas, and the flow is going to start later this week. Over the weekend, Chinese authorities arrested the former domestic security chief Zhao Yongkang and expelled him from the ruling Communist Party. It accused him of crimes ranging from accepting bribes to leaking state secrets and setting the stage for his trial. 71-year-old Zhao is by far the highest profile figure caught up in President Xi Jinping's crackdown on corruption. Mr. Zhao was alleged to have leaked party and state secrets, taking money and property either for himself or through his relatives. And it supposedly has been alleged to have committed adultery with a number of women and had traded his power for sex and money. An official editorial in the newspaper in Beijing said corruption is a tumor eating away at the party's health, and resolute excision of the tumor is necessary to uphold the party's character. I wouldn't want to be in Zhao's shoes going forward. Meanwhile, in Tehran, the president of the Islamic Republic, Rouhani, has also spoken out against corruption, warning that it's endangering the country's Islamic revolution. He gave a televised speech at an anti-corruption event in Tehran, and he said that once money given under the table now is being given on the table. It's basically become official. A series of high-profile corruption cases have come to light since Rouhani took office in August of 2013. In May, the billionaire businessman Farhad Khosravi was executed after being convicted of being behind a huge embezzling scheme, and the former vice president of the country, Mohammad Reza Rahimi, was reportedly imprisoned for his role in a corruption inquiry. NASA's made some interesting news. Its New Horizons spacecraft came out of hibernation this weekend after 9 years, and after having traveled for 3 billion miles. This is for its encounter with the planet Pluto. The NASA spacecraft has gone further than any other space mission has ever gone in order to arrive at its target. The probe has been switched into active mode periodically to ensure its systems are still working, but it was turned on over the weekend for good. It's going to begin to do its work later in January with its closest flyby to Pluto sometime in July of next year. Pluto is in our solar system, but astronomers know very little about it. There's some debate as to whether or not it is in fact a planet, because it's thought to be rather gaseous and not solid. The New Horizons is going to find out the answer to that. It's also out in an area called the Kuiper Belt, which is at the very edge of our solar system. Some of these pictures that will begin to come back will no doubt be quite interesting to see. In New York this weekend, Prince William and Kate Middleton are in New York. Prince William is meeting right now at the White House with President Obama and is going to fly back to New York later this morning. The New York media is all a tizzy over the arrival of the royals. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. If not, thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.